Not since Billy T. James has there been a New Zealand comedy series quite like Brotown. The boys from the suburb of Morningside have found their way into the hearts of a huge number of Kiwis. Just like Billy T, they've copped a bit of criticism, but maybe that's par for the course when you're creating groundbreaking comedy. And there's little doubt that's what the first series of Brotown was. So, are they resting on their laurels? Well, in the words of Jeff the Māori, not even now.
Morningside for life!
We want to smash the stereotype. We want to celebrate them.
Well, I remember a bakery in Morningside.
Yeah, morning.
A lot of islanders used to go to every Sunday.
What did you just say? What suburb?
Morning.
Write it down, Mario.
Brotown!
And that supposedly is how the unremarkable Auckland suburb of Morningside became the iconic location for a hit series about 5 teenage boys.
But school's important, but then again I don't know if I can be stopped. Oh, you've got yourself.
And if you want to know what the boys might look and act like when they've grown up, meet the men behind them. Oscar Kitely, Mario Nawa, Shimpala Lisi and Dave Fane, aka the Naked Samoans. Following their successful debut series, the second season of Brotown is now back on our screens.
What about the pressure of a second series? And the second series, you know, is underway.
Nah, I don't feel it, mate. I don't feel any pressure. Pressure.
Hey, Mario, let's do a reenactment, okay?
Yeah.
This is water and you're a duck's back.
Pressure smasher.
Pressure coming down.
I love you. You know, we knew there was expectation out there from the audience and the public and stuff, but there was also we had expectation of ourselves after having done that first series and thinking, was that a fluke? Can we do it again? Not for us. For ourselves. Quick, pass me the hammer claw. Give me the hammer claw.
And look!
Oh no, the acid in his poo-poo must have burnt his pee-pee off.
Don't be a dick, Mac. Lucan's a girl!
Brotown is the brainchild of Oscar's friend, producer-director Elizabeth Mitchell. She thought the Naked Samoans would make a great animated series. That was the easy part. The hard part was getting the funding together. It took 2 years.
What the hell do you think I am?
A parent?
We hoped it would be as successful as it has been, and we thought it had all the right ingredients. So it was like, why don't you give us the money? We can do it.
It was a classic case of a white lady comes in to the brown people and says, hey, I've got a lovely white lady. Very spunky, you know. And she goes, I got a great idea. And all of us, great idea. And then she goes, I want to make a cartoon animation. Yeah. Oh. And then we signed this contract, and then we sort of, wow, we're really in for it now. We're in the shit now, aren't we?
Yeah.
It meant starting from scratch. This is the studious engine room of Brotown, far removed from the chaos of the scripting process. A completely hand-drawn animation series is painstaking, requiring 12 drawings just to make 1 second of program. Only the colour is done by computer. It's labour-intensive, time-consuming work.
You still do run into people that kind of say, wow, do you do all that on computer? It's like, you know, no.
Maka Makatoa is Brotown's animation director.
Do you still find it funny when you've seen it all put together?
Oh, I do.
Oh, the designers, the catwalk, the nightlife, it's going to be so awesome.
Huh? Finding enough animators to make Brotown was the next challenge.
Oh, look at me, I'm a model.
A lot of the first series was contracted out to a company in India. No surprise who their favourite character was.
Hey, Sadisha. Oh, Home Alone. Money's for some honeys.
Don't you think there's enough islanders in Morningside without you making more of my wife?
This year, in conjunction with WINS, Brotown's makers ran a course for young would-be animators, like Johnny Angel. Yes, that's really his name, and yes, he would make a great cartoon character. He even has some preliminary sketches to prove it.
The muscles are just a bit exaggerated, yeah.
But that'll have to wait, as Johnny Angel is now one of 50 animators employed to produce Brotown.
Because I love art.
Yeah.
I love drawing.
Well, as a budding artist, I mean, to be offered the chance to work on Brotown would have been huge, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was real exciting for me. I owe them a lot, the Brotown.
You guys are in industry now, aren't you? And you walk in the door and, there's a lot of people relying on you now.
That's sweetie.
Oh, yeah, but we've always had that.
Thanks for reminding us, Mike.
You didn't tell us, Mike.
Good one, buddy. Thanks.
Oh, thanks.
We hadn't thought about that. We'll try to
always
keep
had
that
that
thought
expectation,
out.
really, yeah.
No, it's a blessing. It's a blessing because we walk in and the materials that we're able to string together in a script, because that's what it is, a funny script, creates work for heaps of other and adds to an industry.
And use their skills to make the world a lot better.
Yeah. A lot of our animators come from the Philippines, from Korea.
$2 a month. What?
Yeah.
Some of them $2 a month.
Did they get a raise?
Yeah, $2. What's wrong, Wong? Just whack off. You wouldn't understand.
So how has Brotown managed to avoid the cultural cringe other Kiwi comedies have been beset with?
Oh, check out your fella's new car.
The guys themselves believe it's because they've never tried to second-guess the audience.
It was always important for us that it was funny to us first, that we all got it. And I mean, we were naturally funny guys anyway.
Which is what's quite hard because sometimes Mario takes a bit longer.
He's very
to
funny.
pick up on.
He is so funny.
But you've changed, bro. What?
Yeah, you'll be back. Stuff this once with mate stuff. Yeah, stuff it, mate. Stuff your mates. Stuff them in the bin.
And I guess with the Samoan and Māori cultures, you're actually mining into a rich vein of laughing at ourselves anyway. We have our best humour in that way.
Oh, yeah. A lot of Polynesian humour tends to be self-deprecating just because if you look at the stats, we do tend to be at the bottom end. And so one way of coping with that, you wake up, you got no lunch to take to school, the easiest way to cope is to laugh about it. And for our part, it's just nice to see brown faces. Yeah. And they're not always beating each other up. They're actually having a laugh and a smile.
In much the same way as you're not a Hollywood A-lister unless you've been on The Simpsons, a cameo appearance in Brotown has got to be good for your street cred.
Marvellous, but what's behind your unique look?
My arse!
And there's Kate Sylvester, and that's Karen Walker. Oh, she does great trousers, but not my size, unfortunately.
Marvellous. Marvellous. Oh, it's fantastic.
But to date, Brotown's best celebrity get wasn't a New Zealander, but the royal heir to the throne.
Tell me about how Prince Charles came to appear in the second series.
I just asked him, said, would he do a line for the show? And he said...
Piss off, Dave.
He said no. First time, mate, didn't he?
Yeah.
Almost broke our hearts.
But then Helen Clark, bless her heart, came to our rescue. She said, I'll go on. I was in the first series. Morningside's a suburb in my electorate, and he went, oh, okay.
Do you mind if I get a picture?
Brotown has received much critical success, winning Best Comedy at this year's New Zealand Screen Awards.
I reckon you fellas would be appreciated, not like those bloody thicko Australians.
But with the commercial and critical acclaim came criticism too. Accusations of blatant use of stereotypes.
I come from a land down under, yeah.
And claims Brotown's humour is just too childish.
Hey, Apu!
Yeah, that sort of annoys me. I mean, people sort of seize on the poos and wees aspect, which is great, admittedly, and the sort of puerile nature of the humour, but they don't think up the clever lines. They don't remember those ones. The ones like capitalism is the best game in the world.
War is fun too, but you run out of people.
They don't quote that stuff.
No, they don't.
But the whole thing is, it's about these 14-year-old boys and their worldview, and that's the way they look at the world, and that's the language they use, and that's what's important to them. Food. Yeah, food.
Yay! Food!
Is that a mark of your success, though, the fact that you have been criticised, that people have looked for things to be negative about?
Yeah, I suppose. But, you can't create art without it attracting criticism,
Yeah.
you know, whether it's, you know, positive or negative, but Dave came up with a great line. What's that great line, Dave?
Which one?
You know, the two negatives one.
Oh, yeah. Well, two negatives make a positive.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So we just sort of hold that in
physics.
our hearts.
That's physics. That's pure chemistry.
Yeah, that's that's science in action.
That's science in action, you know.
Ooh, hot chicks.
Some of the most ardent critics were those who had to put up with the infectious nature of the program.
Juicy ass.
And perhaps the most recognisable, some would say annoying phrase.
It was Jeff. He's a Maori.
Not even now.
To the point that it's even been banned in some schools.
Oh, that was brilliant.
You just have to accept the fact that you can't make everybody happy.
No, but it's also, I mean, it's also a measure of the success. You know, it's become rock and roll for kids. You know, they do it because it annoys the principal. That's great.
I'm getting scared now.
No, you come first.
You come on second. Third and fourth and fifth. Gonna give you my special.
Is that the time? By Jeff?
Yeah, who else wants of me?
You've changed, bro.
What a...
He'll be back, stuffed as once was mate stuff.
For these mates, the future looks good. The series screens soon in Australia, and there are plans for Brotown the movie. Their expectations, though, haven't changed.
What do you hope people will get from the second series?
A laugh.
Yeah, a laugh.
Yeah.
That's very important. You know,
A laugh. Number one, a laugh.
Yeah. Number two, a laugh.
Yeah. Number
One
three,
and
a
two,
laugh.
And the feeling that they can smile sweetly towards a loved one.
Yeah.
As the work that we do here helps the world spin one more rotation, then we will continue to write.
Yeah.
Hey, that's about for this.